I watched 2 episodes of Andor, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
But only 2.
What'd you say last show?
I said, but only 2.
Yeah, only 2 something.
Well, you really should watch 3 because it's like the first 3 episodes are like one arc essentially, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I understand you don't have
Well,
a huge amount of
I
time.
plan to continue. It is the best Star Wars that has existed lately. Already.
Yeah. All right, let's see. This might clip, but honestly, I don't really care that much right now.
I think they should just pretend that they didn't kill Cassian and Jin at the end of Rogue One.
Probably, yeah. They should.
They just make them force sensitive, and they stasis themselves after the
No.
explosion.
There's no way to retcon your way out of that other than just pretending it didn't happen. Otherwise, if they try to do some explanation for it, they're just gonna fuck that up because you can't explain that away. You can't get shot by the Death Star and come back without huge consequences for the whole universe unless you do it by just pretending it didn't happen.
That will not satisfy people.
It would satisfy me. It's
You
by
are
far
one
the
ag-
best way to retcon that.
You're one against many.
You're just assuming this many. I mean, you might be one of them, but
What did the great Yoda master say?
well, what would you prefer? You'd prefer that they just come up with some way for force sensitive people to survive a Death Star shot?
They did it in one of the new prequel or sequels.
That's a bad thing.
And the Force is just kind of this thing that's often treated as a hand wave excuse to pull things off anyway.
You're not. You're kind of making my argument, in my opinion.
No, that's why I said make them say that the 2 of them were force sensitive and they just forced their way out of the explosion.
I agree with what you're saying that they've made precedent that they could do something like that, but it's bad precedent, in my opinion.
I didn't say it had to be good precedent. Have they actually been doing a lot of good with Star Wars?
No, but the
Exactly.
objective here is that they do better. We want them to do better, right?
It's Disney. They're not going to do better. They're going to do the exact same thing that makes them money.
We don't disagree on that. It would be nice if we could make it so the thing that makes them money is actually making good stuff instead of shitting on us. And Andor's pretty good so far.
Well, unfortunately, Andor is suffering right now due to the writer's strike.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of things are.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I'd experience another major writer's strike twice in my lifetime.
Probably gonna happen again.
It will probably happen again if I am still alive. Or if things just keep going the way they have been.
Let's just go in here.
I feel like the writing profession deserved better compensation a lot more last time than they do this time. Not every single writer, of course, just in general.
Oh, yeah.
There are obviously some good shows right now.
Yeah.
It's just,
And it's unfortunate that they are going to
Bit rare.
suffer.
yeah.
Just when things can start being good, people have to go and corporation it up.
This isn't going to be enough, is it?
We say as we are currently playing a corporation.
It's just a game, though. It's just a game, bro.
Is
Just a
this
game.
just a game? Is it?
Are you sure that we're not actually controlling robots on some other planet that are building a factory?
20 minutes.
Are you sure this isn't Ender's Game?
I'm not
Spoilers?
hearing a no.
Sorry for spoiling that for anyone who hasn't even had a chance to read that book yet.
I actually read the book years ago, before the movie was a thing. And it
haven't
was
read the
good,
book, but I was
but-
like, I know what.
But you
goes
can't
on.
read.
But I can't. Some things I can separate the art from the artist, and other things, the artist has literally said that he's going to be using any money that he gets to further his own hateful agenda, and then I can't do that anymore. Can't separate it
What are you
anymore.
talking about there?
I wonder.
I mean, literally the author of Ender's Game.
Well, I didn't know anything about that.
You don't know anything about the author of
realize.
Ender's Game? Oh no.
I just knew he's homophobic, but I didn't know.
He
like,
is
he
an
said,
incredibly
"Yeah, I'm gonna-"
terrible person.
Yeah. People make
Well, I
fun
didn't
of
really want to know that.
people make fun of J.K. Rowling, but he's like amazingly worse.
It doesn't really matter. Ender's Game was a good book. The other books were kind of meh.
That's not going to be sustainable, I don't think. But
Right now,
we'll
I'm
do it
mass
anyway.
producing Noliths now.
No Euliths.
Novelists.
I've even separated the art from the artist in the case of L. Ron Hubbard. I actually enjoyed Battlefield Earth, the book.
Unfortunate about the movie.
That was such a shitty movie.
I've only
John
seen
Travolta.
like disconnected pieces of it, and it feels like it has the same sort of production quality of like a sci-fi movie. And this was supposed to be a big budget,
It was
Hollywood
huge.
movie.
It was huge, and it was extremely expensive. And John Travolta was so into it and like running it. I do think it's kind of odd that someone who is a Scientologist and who is super into making this story, getting it out there, wanted to play the villain. But I feel like at some point John Travolta was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play a bad guy in every movie I do from now on. Like, I don't know when it was. He stopped playing kind of romantic and or heroic leads and just only did assholes from then on.
It was either Two-Face or Broken Arrow.
I mean, Face Off.
No, he played Two-Face.
He
Right?
he didn't play Two-Face.
Why hasn't he played Two-Face?
I don't know. Tommy Lee Jones played Two-Face. That was
I'm appalled that there are people out there that hate the Joel Schumacher Batman films. I like them. They're silly.
That was the famous run-in that Jim Carrey had with Tommy Lee Jones during the filming of that, where Tommy Lee Jones was out at dinner and Jim Carrey happened to go to the same restaurant, and Jim Carrey went over to say hi, and Tommy Lee Jones said something like, "I cannot sanction your buffoonery."
You know what the funniest thing about that is? Jim Carrey isn't really like the silly guy.
He's not. No.
He just knows how to, he knows how to get into the shtick. Jim Carrey said that the closest role he's ever played to which felt more like this is just how he is Eternal Sunshine.
He Jim Carrey himself also can be a little bit of a kind of overly serious person. Like he can be kind of a little bit like he doesn't really like dealing with people or fans or anything like that generally.
No, he's it's hard to describe the kind of person that he says he is, and just kind of like how he seems in a setting where he doesn't need to be on.
Yeah.
For a while, he actually didn't act for a while, and then I think his comeback to acting was Sonic.
I heard he's good in Sonic. I still haven't seen the movie. I should watch it. I've heard it's it's a pretty good movie.
I'm told they're both really good, and obviously Jim Carrey just kind of like chews the scene.
Wait. I mean, he should as Robotnik. I mean, how can you not as friggin'
Because Robotnik's a drama queen.
Eggman?
He's all about the spectacle. The world needs to know of his genius. And how he apparently gets foiled by a hedgehog that can run really fast.
Oh, this had it already. Ooh. All right, let's.
I heard Jim Carrey went to the hospital for a back injury for carrying the whole film.
Ouch.
My original plan was to make various novelisks, but one of them requires biomass, and there's no way to automate that.
Yeah, you pretty much gotta go cut shit down. Oh, is there a way to automate biomass? I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up biomass on the wiki.
Can't
Biomass.
automatically cut trees, can you?
You can use fuel or coal for biomass at some point. I think there's like an alternate
specifically
recipe.
need biomass for a Noblisk variant.
No, wait, you can use biomass to make coal, not the other way around. Yeah, no, there's no way to automate it, as far as I can see. Fully automate it, I should say. Right.
The other type of Noblisk I could potentially automate is one that requires a crystal oscillator.
Been making those.
Seems really involved to make those.
This just isn't gonna really catch up, unfortunately. It's fine. It's fine. We're very slowly, ironically, we are slowly making high-speed connectors. Which is good because I need them for the drone ports. Let's take these.
You what in your port?
Drone ports. Oh, I have enough to make a drone port. where should I put this drone port? Put it over here so I can feed it easily. So I want to put one down so I can like play with it and see like what the deal is with them.
What's the deal with drone ports?
Are you? You were doing
Who that was,
Seinfeld.
but it wasn't Jerry Seinfeld.
You were doing Seinfeld, but like Hank Hill doing Seinfeld is what that was.
Hold on, let's see if I can make that sharper. I'll tell ya, what's the deal with drone ports? Oh no, wait, I have a better way. Do I look like I know what a drone port is? I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog.
It's amazing. It's really good.
I feel like I could do better. I need to do warm-ups.
Let's see. It's just pave over.
I feel like I have the ability to pull up various voices. One of the most hilarious ones I remember is back when Overwatch first came out. Someone drew fan art of all the main Overwatch characters, but as the kids from Scooby-Doo, and then McCree was Shaggy. So while we were playing Overwatch, I would start just spouting McCree's lines, but in Shaggy's voice.
I see. Do it. Do it then.
It's very loud.
So?
Because I guess when I do Shaggy's voice, it's I kind of have to yell a bit.
I don't know that I could do a Shaggy voice.
Well, now I have to remember what McCree's lines were.
It's high noon. Don't forget, he's not named McCree anymore.
I don't remember what the name is because
I don't know
played,
his name is.
I have not played the game for like 4 years or whatever.
Why would
The game's
they
been out for like
rename it?
7. Because it's
renamed
named
him-
after a terrible person from the company.
One of the various incidents that they've had at Blizzard, McCree is named after someone who was the heart of a particularly bad one. And so
Then
when
they
that came
should be
out
forced
to
to
light,
keep the name to make it a constant reminder of what they allowed to happen. They shouldn't be able to paper over it.
Much in the way that people would draw like devil horns and a goatee on Bobby Kotick's face, because apparently that hurts his feelings.
aw.
Or so
Bobby.
I'm told.
Why does the scanner tell me there's an ore thing here and there's just nothing?
It's underground.
I don't see any cave entrances.
The cave entrances in this map are like all over the place, and by which I mean they're very spread out in this particular case. You know, you look on the map, see where Station 17 train station is? That is like a mile. It's underground, and it's like a mile away from any cave entrance. So like they're very spread out. Yeah, it stymied me because I went out one day looking for crystal ore deposits, and I would find one, and it said it was like underground, so I had to like go underground, but I couldn't find any nearby cave entrances, and I finally just bit the bullet and looked it up on the map, see where the hell this cave entrance is, and it's like a mile away. People watching, the reason that I haven't actually built the drone port yet is because what I would like to do is make a drone port to Craig's place to pick up heavy modular frames so that I can feed this machine
Feed.
but the batteries
beast.
are coming out this way, and the heavy modular frames are fed in from that way, and so I'm like, oh god, where do I build? Where do I build the drone port? As it is, I think I might actually just build it up here.
You see the update to the update 8.
I saw the they had the like the big power pole. Is that what you're talking
Yeah, I
about?
really like the look of that.
Yeah.
I wonder when it's releasing because they're doing all the teasers now.
Yeah, but they have also said that things have been getting a little bit delayed because they've been having issues, technical issues with the update. So I don't know. I'm convinced that what's going to happen is what usually happens when we play games that are still in early access, and that is it will update as soon as we stop playing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like as soon as we decide to go ahead and move on to other things, update.
Potato.
A potato.
It sounded like you just said a potato.
Maybe I did. Do you not like potatoes? Potato. Alright, screw it. I'm just gonna put it here for now. I'm just gonna put it in front of this.
At least it's a decent candidate for a game we can revisit.
It is, yeah, because they're gonna add a bunch of stuff to it. I mean, that's one of the reasons. I know people have wanted us to go back to Valheim, but like Valheim just hasn't added enough stuff to make it worth it for another like full playthrough. I'm sure that they will. You know, there is going to be a time when they add a bunch of stuff, and I'm gonna want to play through it. This is a bad place, but they haven't quite yet, so it's not going to be for a while. Or Zomboid, I think, is a little bit like that as well. I like Zomboid.
Zomboid is very slow though.
Yeah, it is.
Don't know how long I've owned that game for.
Like I've done 3 large playthroughs of Zomboid. And it's fun, but man, it is. Content updates are like coming in half the speed of smell.
Does it need power as well? It does?
Like how it's like similar to Risk of Rain back in the day.
Risk of Rain now has a sequel.
Sequel that's
Yeah.
completely different
Oh,
from the first one.
Now they're working on the first one again.
I kind of forgot you were here, Kyle, until this part of the conversation because you were just totally silent. in all the other
He
parts.
has been very silent.
Isn't that normal though?
He usually is.
Yeah, it is.
You just had nothing to say in all those other topics.
I mean, you guys are way older than me. No offense.
I
Don't really
take
have
great
any
offense to
stocks
that.
in it.
What does us being older have to do with it, Kyle? What the hell? What
I
are you trying
don't
to say?
know half of
This
what you're
is-
talking about
This
sometimes.
is age discrimination.
I have already come to terms with the fact that I am graying. In fact, I was watching a video, the Yogscast, talk about various cell phone stuff, and every point they talked about made me feel. I suddenly felt aches in my body that I didn't know were there. Like they talked about. Do you remember the old cell phone commercials of like text this number to earn a free ringtone? or a cell phone wallpaper, because they were talking about the T9 system for early cell phones, because cell phones didn't have a keyboard, so you had to press a certain number of times to get the letter you want. Just all of that, I'm like, oh man. I know they are all also fairly old, but I didn't click on this video to feel assaulted.
To be fair, I don't own a phone, so I don't even remember anything about phones, to be honest, or how they progress.
I was alive when rotary phones were still being used. Not much. Touch tone phones were had already been made, but there were a lot of people, like old people, who were still using rotary phones at the time.
At my grandma's house, she had a rotary phone.
Same.
They do still work.
Kyle, do you know what a
I don't
rotary
know if
phone
they still
is?
work now.
Yeah, I do, because it's what my grandma still uses.
It's just gonna be the grandparents, really.
All right.
How old
I
is your
hear-
grandma,
insists
though?
on it. She's exactly 80, I believe.
Oh my god.
I think she's too young to use a rotary phone.
Why?
So, you know.
No, my mother is not very much younger than that. I mean, the friggin' king, the current king of England, is what, 70? I can math 75.
Yeah, it's quite old.
76. No, 75 this year. 76 next year. You don't need another drone, but I'll get this materials for it. Craig, I'm coming to your place and I want to make a drone port. Where can I make a drone port? I want to pull out heavy modular frames.
Let's build a cool platform jutting out from the building.
Yeah.
Will it be cool?
You think like from the front? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
My heavy modular frames.
I'll be pulling out more stuff, but like for now, just to test things out, I would like heavy modular frames.
I have I have a conveyor hole in the wall right on the front of the factory, connected directly to the heavy modular frame storage container. So we can pull a belt out of there.
Where is the heavy modular frames? Oh, no, this is regular frames.
See where I am?
No, hold on.
I'm floating by the staircase.
Alright, yeah.
See, this hole is heavy modular frames.
Alright. Would you like to make a platform then? It doesn't need to be that big. The drone port
Build it right here.
is this. Can you see this, my thing?
Yeah.
This is a drone port, so it needs to be this big.
Okay, so it should be up here then.
Probably, yeah.
Let's just put it next to the staircase on this side, level with the floor you're standing on. Yeah, like that.
Do we want it to be outside the wall or inside the wall?
Yeah,
Outside the wall. Okay.
outside the wall.
So it needs to be a bit bigger. At least this big. I'm gonna turn my this on so I can actually see what that one's doing. How far outside the wall do you think it needs to be? Like a little bit further outside the wall for the conveyors, or?
Well, we can line them up directly with conveyor holes. So for this one, like, here's one. Just put them right up against that hole.
Sticking through like this, or right up against it?
Unfortunately, we can't line up the other one with a conveyor hole then. This is poorly designed on their part.
That one doesn't need it. Don't worry about that one. That one's for batteries, which it's going to be getting from the other port. So don't worry about that one. I'll do this.
Yeah, let's do it sticking through, because that way it's
okay.
really flush with the wall.
But then the other thing is going to be sticking through the fuel
That's
port.
fine.
All right. This
I just
does
won't
need
build a
power.
wall there.
This does need power as well. So
I got power up here.
this is going to be heavy modular frames. We might be able to do multiples here, but for now I'm just going to do heavy modular frames. Port 1. And then from join port 1, I want to go to here. All right. Now this says no drone, but actually I think it's just a case of I need to go to the other one and... Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. I was like, what is that noise? Nice. Can I ride this drone? Huh.
Nine.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
8. Seven.
Oh, this isn't good. I might need to move this. I might need to move this up.
6.
It's going through the floor. Alright, I'll have to move this up, I
5.
think. Monster, what are you doing?
4. 3. 2.
That's fine. I'll just...
1. Alright, now I'm gonna find out if the game will handle this.
Uh-huh. What are you doing? wackiness are you getting up to?
Well, the game handled it. I thought it was gonna all be instants, but I think it was staggered on purpose. It just detonated 50 Nautiluses at once.
I didn't even feel it.
Well, I'm over here in my space.
You're in MySpace.
That the website's been gone for ages.
No, it's actually still there.
No, it's gone.
No, it's still there. Justin Timberlake owns it now.
It's gone.
Old JT's got it handled.
I don't want to know that. I'm happy you're thinking that MySpace doesn't exist.
Alright. Let's do this.
I need to be right back a moment.
Alright, now this is going to be
Does this drone port need batteries?
no, the
The other one has
drones.
batteries.
No, it does not. That's what I was saying. It doesn't. There. Oh, it says no need power. Of course. Of course, of course. Power, of course. Alright, I'm gonna ride this drone back. Ah, Jesus Christ. The way this thing moves. Craig, you need to ride one of these things. You need to ride this back. No! Make sure you have shit. Make sure you have, make sure you have your jetpack on. I just got thrown off. Do make sure you have your jetpack on, for sure. Alright. probably end up using them for oscillators too. What do we need for supercomputers again? Supercomputers. Right, the AI limiters. I'm sure easy enough, but I do need to do them. I also need regular computers. Last. Hey, it's been quite a while, and guess what? We have not had any train issues.
Amazing.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I was going to say, speaking of games that are completely unlike their predecessor, like Risk of Rain 2. Hyper Light Breaker. Have you guys heard about that game?
Don't think so.
It's the sequel, of course, to Hyper Light Drifter, which I played on stream, quite enjoyed. Hyper Light Drifter is a kind of overhead, kind of Zelda style, like 2D game. Action game where you go around and kill things, and you have to figure out what the hell's going on, etc. It's a good game. I would definitely recommend it. I have played it. Anyone who's watching, you can watch me play it if you want. Really interesting art style. You know, one of those big kind of breakout like indie games. So they're going to make a sequel. So they made Hyper Light Breaker. They are making Hyper Light Breaker. Not out yet, but they decided to make it a 3D roguelike game with multiple characters.
Okay.
Where, well, I mean, the first one, it wasn't roguelike at all. It had a specific map. You had to go around and explore the map and do things to get to certain places and get more powerful, etc., etc. But it was a set map. But for some reason, they decided to go full on roguelike. I don't know what the difference is, but basically the map is randomly generated, and it's also completely 3D, and it's a 3D action game. I mean, it looks like it's a cool game. It's just so weird how different it is from the first game. It's
Heavy
just very
modular
different.
frames are in the drone port.
Good. Ride the drone, Craig. Put on your jetpack. Make sure you have fuel and ride the drone.
Why don't we have Risk of Rain 2 on the list of co-op games we could play?
I don't know. Why don't we? How much content is there, though? I was under the impression that it was pretty much just kind of the same thing over and over.
Yeah, but it's a good co-op game.
Okay, they're not in the drone port. I don't know why they're not actually. They're on the belt going into the drone port, but
Good question. I wonder if I need to make the drone here.
it says drone status, insufficient batteries.
I can give the drone batteries here. It should get batteries from the other port. Is it even working now? It's not picking anything up. It's not going in. Maybe it needs to do one loop and come back. Let's. I'll wait for it to do a loop and come back and see what happens. I mean, I thought that this would be a lot easier than anything else. I thought you could just set the stuff. I didn't know we had to do special things. You wouldn't think that every single port has to have a drone, right? Because, I mean, you have to have some drones that are only input and not output. But maybe an output drone or an output port needs its own drone. Let's see what happens when it comes back. It's just now docking.
I just put a stack into the outgoing.
It's coming
I'm not
back.
sure why the belt isn't just feeding into the outgoing.
You know what it is?
inventory.
You know what it is? I think that you have the belt connected to the wall and not the input port. Get rid of the wall and reconnect the belt. See if that helps.
Really seems like it's connected to that.
But remember that the wall was like inside that.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's properly doing it. All right, it's working now. I would still recommend riding the drone, Craig. Ride it back and forth. Just make sure you have fuel in that jetpack, because it's it's iffy.
Your face is iffy.
It's true. It's like it takes a while to like actually take off and dock, but once it actually gets flying, it's just zooms. Coming back, I got thrown off. I think going there, it's fine. Coming back, I got thrown off, though. I need to actually hook it up to the output, but I'll do that in a minute. I want to write it back. I'll wait until it comes back and then write it back.
Yep. You've got some heavy modular frames over here.
Nice. Oh god. Oh, you didn't get thrown. What the hell?
It likes me better.
Alright, well, we got drones, which is great. Kyle, will you put some goddamn fuel in your car so it stops showing us as an error on the map? It's driving me crazy. It's driving me
Okay.
crazy because I keep on looking at my compass and seeing, oh no, there's a problem, and then I realize, oh, it's just Kyle's car and not like the trains that I've been having problems with.
I mean, technically there is a problem, but it's not yours.
Whee! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! It threw me. It threw me. It threw me. It's a quick way to get back, though. I'm actually already back now before the drone arrived. Thanks to momentum. Thanks to my boy momentum. Alright, let's put this here. Let's grab this. Let's can I just do that? I'll try to use these holes for what they're meant to be used for. We're gonna go this way. Go. We're gonna go over here. No, I wanna. It's fine. I need some heavy modular frames anyway. There we go. Here. And then over here. Well, we're making more of these chonkers at least. We do have more than enough to turn in. Now we just need these stupid supercomputers. So I need to make AI limiters. Guess I'll make them over here. AI limiter cover. Alright. Where am I getting copper from? Where's copper going? that's why. Literally just need an assembler. I'm missing rotors, but that's fine. Get some rotors. Assemble! Can I make this anywhere else? Can I make this, like, anywhere that's more convenient for me? Not really. Yeah, looks bad, but you know what? I'll take it. Fuck you, game. Fuck you.